just hanging out here. Gonna wait a few minutes and then we'll get started. So please, no, I'm not gonna sing. Please come and join me and we'll talk beauty and hygiene and quarantine hygiene routines and all things that will help you look good and feel good now and even when you are ready to enter the world again. Who's ready to go outside? Because I know I am. Oh. Okay, so I don't know how to... we're just gonna do some adjusting, so... Oh, it's stuck. Like here? Is that too low? Okay. Alright. Oh. Ah! This is terrible. Alright. Maybe if I go like this. Wow, it's the blind leading the blind here. Okay. Oh, there. It's just gonna settle right there. Is that okay? Alright. We're gonna have to work with it. It's cool. Okay. So, I'm gonna get started. Thanks to everybody for coming. And yeah, if you have any comments or any tips that you would like to share, please feel free to put them in the comments, so that, because I want this to also be like a discussion, because to be honest, like, I am not a beauty expert. I'm a Braille instructor. I just know what works for me. So if you have things that work for you, please, please share, because they might work for somebody else too. Okay? Sweet. Okay. So these are, I kind of put together a little list of tips that I do for myself right now during this time, because eventually we will go out in the world and it'll be summer. So, you know, you're going to want to wear your sandals and your sundresses. And if you're a dude, you know, you're going to want to wear shorts and whatever guys wear in the summer. Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I want to be ready so that I don't waste any time being like, oh my god, my feet are not, like, they look like scary and my hands are like a dry, cracked mess. So I thought I would start with tip number 1, which is the first thing I do in order to help myself look good and feel good during this quarantine period is take a shower. So it may seem a little silly to you, like, duh, obviously you're going to take a shower. But honestly, right now we're wearing pajamas, we're wearing joggers. Oh, by the way, happy National PJ Wearing Day. I'm wearing my pajamas, but it just looks like I'm wearing a regular t-shirt. Anyway, but honestly for me, taking a shower is a way of starting my day clean, of getting all the dirt and the grime off me. And again, I know you're thinking, what dirt? We're like literally inside all day. But actually, you know, even though you're inside, you still sweat. You sweat when you sleep. You know, there's dust flying around. We live in the desert. There's lots of dirt. Even inside our houses, you know, you clean obviously, but so it's really important to get all that sweat and dirt off your body. So, you know, pick a good body wash that smells good or that makes your body feel good. I like personally the Dove ones because they smell really good and they are like super lathery and like luxurious, and they're only like $5 at Target. But if you're on a budget, Up and Up is really good too. I actually like their coconut scented body wash because I love anything tropical smelling. Also, it's also really good to exfoliate, especially your elbows and your knees. I know my grandmother, she's always yelling at me. She's always like, if you're gonna wear a sundress, you can't have dirty elbows. And you know, it drives me crazy, but she's right. So I will get an exfoliator, even my own body wash and a washcloth, and just, you know, scrub my elbows, make sure they're not grubby looking. So yeah, that's my first tip. My second tip is to take care of your hands and your feet. Because your hands, right now we're washing our hands with a lot of soap, we're using a lot of hand sanitizer and it dries out our hands. My hands look scary right now, but so, you know, use a lot of lotion. You can even use a body scrub too, to help with the exfoliating. And yeah, I think that that's important because you're out there. When you go out in the world again, you're going to shake hands with people and you don't want people to be like, oh, like gross. So yeah, also your feet. Like I mentioned earlier, everybody's going to start wearing sandals pretty soon because it's summertime. Nobody wants to wear tennis shoes anymore. And I don't know about you, but my feet could use a little love. So I know like we're inside all day. So, you know, maybe put some lotion on your feet, and put some socks on. That's always a good way to kind of get the skin nice and moisturized. And pick a good body lotion. My favorite is the Up and Up brand too. They have a shea butter one and it smells like deliciousness. So yeah, okay. Next tip is, you know, you have to have a good skincare routine. And that's the first step to even having good makeup application, is making sure that you're using some sort of skincare. So when I say skincare, I mean a cleanser and a moisturizer. Those are like the two main things. I don't care if you don't have a serum. It doesn't matter to me if you're not using all the fancy dancy things that are being advertised to you on Facebook with the vitamin C and the hyaluronic acid and the whatever. As long as you're using a cleanser that will get rid of the dirt from your face, and help unclog your pores in the mornings and in the evenings, and a moisturizer to give you hydration and moisturize your skin, that is going to be so key in having good makeup application. Because what happens is if you don't clean your face, you end up with a lot of dirt and oil and clogged up pores, and when you put makeup on top of that, it looks real gross. It's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good metaphor, but I'm not coming up with anything right now, but it's not really pretty. So you don't need a lot. Like I said, Aveeno, I have an Aveeno. Where is it? I lost it. Oh, it's right here. This guy. This is an Aveeno cleanser. It's super cheap. You can get it at Target. They have tons of varieties. I like that one. It's over the counter. You can get an expensive one, but you don't need to. Target's website, by the way, is super accessible for things like body wash, lotion, moisturizer, cleansers, anything you need. Target is a good place to go. So yeah, I like that one. It just cleans everything off. You just put it on your face, wet it, put it on your face, kind of massage it in a little bit for a couple minutes, and then wash it off, and then you put your moisturizer on over it, and you're ready to go. You can do things like toning, and you can use vitamin C serums and all that stuff, but honestly, if you're like a minimalist girl and you just want, or guy, and you just want the basics, there you go. Yeah. Also, another tip is picking a good scent. I don't know about you, but especially during this time, smelling good helps me feel good. Some of my favorites are the Bath & Body Works has some really good ones. Victoria's Secret has some pretty cheap. Actually, they're on sale right now. Their body mists and deodorants. There are lots of different kinds of deodorants out there. There's this one right here that I have. Oops, I just knocked it over. It's just a little aerosol. It has like a little thing that you just spritz onto your underarm. And this is really good. I also like the roll-on ones. It just depends on what your preference is. So yeah. Okay. I think I've covered all of the things shower related. Hair care is also really important. Right now is a really good time to take care of your hair. I have a lot of hair. So like during my normal life, washing it is such a process that I'm honestly like, just like, oh my gosh, I hate it, but it's got to be done. But now is a really good time to deep condition. If you're the kind of girl who likes to be a princess, and make a pamper day, that's a really good time to do that. Also like clarifying, like cleaning out your scalp. Some girls get really oily scalp and buildup, and that's just from using a lot of product maybe. So clarifying it with some Head and Shoulders, or even like if you want a cleaner product, Shea Moisture has some good products. Herbal Essence is really good. Pick a shampoo and conditioner that you like, that smells good, that you enjoy putting in your hair, and that makes it a little bit enjoyable. Okay, so no questions so far. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna keep going. So when you put makeup on, as I mentioned, you want to make sure you have moisturized your face. That's really good because it also kind of smooths out your lines. Another tip is to make sure you keep your, like you find a cleanser and a moisturizer that's not too stripping for your skin. There are so many different types of skin types out there: oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, and so trying to figure out what that means to you. For me, my skin is oily, so like if I go like this, sometimes if I'm sweaty, I can like feel the grease, which is really disgusting, I know. But so I try to pick things that are more mattifying, that aren't as dewy on my skin, but still hydrating, because you don't want to take away the hydration. So yeah. So the first thing that I do when I put makeup on after I moisturize and put sunscreen on, sunscreen is important. It does not matter if you are young or old or like not in the sun as much and you're thinking, I'm inside all day, I don't need to put sunscreen on. You still need to do it because it's really important for your skin. You don't want to end up with skin cancer. I don't want to end up with skin cancer, and it, you know, you can end up with lines that you don't want, sunspots, sun damage. So please, 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 please put sunscreen on your face. Okay. There's different kinds too that range from cheap to very expensive. I would go with a cheap one from Target or Walmart. Neutrogena has some good ones. Sunbum is a good one. Sunbum is one of my favorites. It smells like coconuts. I don't know why, but I really love coconuts smell. I don't like the way it tastes. But anyway, so now we're going to talk a little bit about makeup application, and then we will be done with this craziness. Okay. So, when I put on makeup, I like to do it minimally, that's a really weird word to say right now. I don't like to put a lot of makeup on because I like looking natural, and sometimes I don't wear a lot of makeup because, I don't know, I don't really want to put all that stuff on my face every day. If I'm going out for an event, or if I'm going on stage, because I do sometimes perform, I will put on the foundation and the full coverage and the concealer and like the fancy eyeshadow. But for just every day, this is basically what I would look like. So today I did my makeup, and all I did was I did a little bit of what's called a tinted moisturizer. It's just a light coverage. It matches your skin tone, and it just covers a little bit so that it kind of smooths everything out so that you don't look completely bare faced. But sometimes I won't even put a tinted moisturizer on. Sometimes I'll just leave my moisturizer and that's it, because I take care of my skin, and I don't mind showing it off a little bit. So okay, cool. We have a question. Ooh, good question. So I personally put it on after my moisturizer, but before my tinted moisturizer or my foundation. Does that make sense? So I will put it on after I moisturize, but before I put my foundation or tinted moisturizer on. And honestly, I really hate sunscreen. Like, I hate putting it on my face because I'm super oily, like I mentioned. So sometimes if you pick the wrong sunscreen as an oily girl, you will get like, it's just really gross. It feels super greasy. It's all about finding the one that you like. And I did find one that I like, and I don't have it here, but it's, it's a process. Mineral is always better, just because they're a little bit better for the environment. Some of the chemicals that are in them are not as harsh. We're all about saving the planet here. But like I said, Neutrogena has some good ones. Aveeno, I think, has one too. Yeah. There's even, oh, and we have another question.
No. Jose Felix. See you at 3:30 at the gym.
Oh. Okay, so somebody wants to know how I keep my curls bouncy. Honestly, I don't. Okay, well, like I said, it's kind of a process. The first thing I do, okay, so on the regular days that I just wash my hair, I use, regular shampoo and conditioner. I have different ones that I like that range in price. Like I said, I really, really like Shea Moisture's, Manuka Honey line. It's like super smells good and it gives really good slip, which is what I need for like good curl, bounce, and moisture. But you don't want too much moisture in curly hair because then it'll like pull it down. So that's, and it just really depends on your preference. So I use a shampoo and conditioner, and then when I get out of the shower, I will use a leave-in conditioner that's a spray. So during the winter, I use a heavier one for more moisture, and then during the summer, I'll use a spray conditioner because it's lighter and it doesn't weigh my hair as much. And then I'll brush it out with like a detangling brush that's made for curly hair, or even like a wide tooth comb. Dang, I should have brought that. I didn't think anybody would ask about hair care. Duh, Jessica. A wide tooth comb. It just means that the teeth are a little bit spread apart, which is good for your curls because it kind of separates them a little bit. So after that, I'll part my hair. I like to part it this way to the left to hide my grays because I'm old. So I will part my hair that way, and then I will use a curling cream and then a gel. And sometimes I'll use mousse. But actually right now I'm experimenting because right now is a really good time to experiment with your hair care routine, with your hygiene routine, with your makeup routine. So I'm trying some new products. Right now I really like it's called All About Curls. I think they sell it at Sally Beauty. It's like the best gel ever because you don't need a lot. It's not super sticky. And so I put that in my hair. I will flip my hair forward to like, and then do the roots to get it to like fluff up. And then I will put a little bit of Biosilk oil to make it shiny. So that's what I do. And then on the days that I want to do a little bit more moisturizing, I will deep condition it. I'll put a mask in my hair. It's just a conditioner that has a little bit more moisture or maybe a little bit more whatever product I feel like I need. And I'll leave that in my hair under a heated hot head cap, which makes me look like an old lady, but I don't even care because it's like the most luxurious thing ever, for like 20 minutes, and then I'll wash it out and do my normal hair routine. And then I'll just refresh, or like maybe put a little gel in the parts that don't, that are a little frizzy, until I wash my hair again. So I'm sorry that was really long, but that is my answer to that question. So, okay. Back to the foundation. So when I don't like to use a lot of foundation depending on what I'm doing. So the tinted moisturizer is really easy because all I do is I just squirt it onto my finger, and then I just kind of rub my finger together, and then I dot it on my face, like in all the different parts of my face, and then I'll take a sponge and I will blend it in. So what that means is I will go in circular motions upward like this, all around my face until it's blended. And I can kind of tell that it's not blended because when I touch my face, it will still feel like sticky. Like it still has a little bit of product on top. And some people use a brush for this kind of thing. Like a foundation brush, which is like a big, it's like a flat brush that's a little bit, the bristles are flatter and it's kind of shaped circular, but flat. But I don't like that because I feel like I don't have enough control, and I like to have control. Not just in my makeup application, but so I will use it's like a beauty blender. It's like do I have one here? I don't think I have one here. Oh, I do. So it looks like this. It's like a cylindrical sponge, and then it has like a flat top and then a tip on the bottom. And you wet it and it expands into this giant cylindrical goodness. And you want to put it on when you want to use it damp because it blends a little bit better. So that's how I put my tinted moisturizer on and my foundation. So I use it for both things. Then if I want to do a little blush, I will follow the apple of my cheek, which is right here towards the front of your cheek. And I'll take a blush brush, which is a poofy brush, and I will go in circles in this apple area, going back and forth. And I just tap it once, and then I will put it on. And then if I feel like I need a little more, I'll tap it again. But honestly, when you put makeup on, you want to have a light hand. So you don't want to be like scrubbing it into your face, because that's just going to be really bad. Like, you definitely want to have a lighter hand when you're putting this stuff on. Usually I will put concealer under my eyes because I have dark circles, which is lovely. So what I do is I take my concealer. It usually comes in a little tube, and it has like a brush on the inside. So I'll take it and I'll just take the brush and dot my under eye. The concealer I have is kind of heavy, so I don't need a lot. I just need a very little bit. And I'll take the same sponge and I'll just pat it under my eye until I blend that all in there. I don't use a lot of concealer, like I said, just a little to just kind of brighten my under eye because it gets super dark down there, like craziness. I know some people are wondering about eyeshadow. I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow just because it takes a long time and I'm a lazy person. But the way you want to pick your eyeshadow is you kind of want to go do like, so there's the parts of your eye, the two parts, or I guess 3 parts that are really important to talk about when you're putting on eyeshadow are the part that's between your eyelid and your brow bone. That's called the crease. And it is like right in between there. So you want to take like a fluffy, smaller brush, and I should have brought the brushes to show you, but again, I'm sorry. But I'll actually have them. I have a couple of different brush sets linked that will be linked in the comments, so we can talk about that later. But you kind of want to take a, like for me, I take a matte brown shade because my skin tone works better with that kind of shade, and I will tap my brush into my eyeshadow container, and then in circular motions, wow, Jessica, I will put it on, and I only go up to the edge of the top of my eye. I don't want to go all the way up to the top of my nose because that's not where you want to put it. And then for the eyelid, I will take like maybe a bronzy colored shade, or I think I put a pink shade on today. And I will do the same thing. I'll tap it into my eyeshadow maybe once or twice, and then I'll sweep it over my eye. And a good way to do this is to kind of count your brush strokes if you're just beginning. So maybe you do like 1, 2, 3, and then if you feel like it's okay, you tap one more time into your eyeshadow, and then you do it so you start from your outer corner of your eye, and then you go 1, 2, 3, and then you tap again into your container of eyeshadow, and then start from this left side and go 4, 5, 6. And that's kind of how I started doing it. Now I don't really count, so I can't tell you how many times I do it, but it's definitely doable without a mirror because I can't see at all, and mirrors do not help this girl at all. So yeah, that's what I do. And then sometimes I'll put a little bit of highlighter, which is kind of a little bit of a brighter shade, in the corner of my eye, and I'll just kind of dab my highlighter, my brush into the highlighter container once because I don't want it to be too crazy, and then I'll just dab it just a little bit onto the corner, the left corner of my eye, the inside corner. I hope this is making sense. And then I don't wear a lot of lipstick because it just comes off. I talk a lot, I drink a lot of water, but I will put a lip gloss on, something a little sheer that doesn't show. But if you want to put lipstick on, I would start with like a nude shade, something that matches a little bit of your skin tone maybe. And usually lipsticks have like a little bullet. So all you're going to do is follow the line of your lip. So and it's kind of nice when it's nude because you don't have to worry about if you're outside the lines. I was always the kind of kid that colored outside the lines. And that's not even like, that's still a thing for me as an adult. So, yeah, that's kind of basically, like how I do like the minimal stuff. I will put a little bit of highlight on the top part of my cheek. So the very top part of the cheekbone. If you want to get a little creative and do a little highlight, you just tap your brush into your highlighter, which is, like I said, a little bit of a brighter kind of glowy shade. And then I just kind of sweep it over my cheeks on the top. And yeah, then I put like a little bit of powder on top, just a little loose powder. It's like a translucent, so it's not really something that you're gonna see. It just keeps everything in place. So yeah, there are different types of, like I said, foundation application. There's tinted moisturizer, there's foundation, liquid, there's stick. I've never used a stick, but if anybody has and they like it, please comment below. There's also powder foundation, which is pretty nice. And then there's even liquid. There's a lot of different products out there. So the tip that I have for you if you're starting to kind of dabble in makeup is to kind of find what you like best. I personally like powder stuff because I feel like it's a little bit easier for me to put on. It doesn't take too much time. I'm a lazy girl. I don't want to be sitting there trying to blend everything together. Oh yeah, when you're done putting your eyeshadow on, you do want to take a brush and blend everything together. And that just means you kind of go in circular motions over your eye to make sure everything is blended, because otherwise you might have lines that might be sticking out or that might need to be blended. So yeah, I don't know if there are any questions or if I missed anything. Cool. If you do have any, oh, I forgot about mascara. Oh man. Okay, let me talk about that and then I will end, I promise. This has gone really long. I feel. Okay, so for mascara, it's kind of tricky. It took me a really, really long time to learn because I would always get it right under my eye or on my nose, like every time. I still do. Like, it's not even a thing. Like, I just, so, my tip is to find a brush that you find, because the thing about mascara is that they're not created equal. Some brushes are made for volumizing your lashes, which means they're going to be a little bit bigger. And that doesn't work for me, because I have a hard time getting the brush to fit into my, like, eye area, whatever this part of your eyelashes, whatever that part is called. So I like brushes that are a little bit smaller but not too tiny. And so what you're gonna do is what I do is I take my mascara and I take the wand and I put my finger under my eye to keep because I have nystagmus, so my eyes don't always want to stay open, and I need it to stay open when I do this because it's necessary. So I'll take my eye and I'll put it right under my eye, and then I'll take my brush and I'll just go upward, and I'll blink my eyelashes in up and move my brush upward to kind of get it onto my lashes. And then if you do get a little bit on your nose, you can take a little makeup wipe. I have some here. Where did they go? Oh, here they are. It's like, ooh, I'm knocking everything over. Oh Lord. It's like this. It comes in these little packets. These are like really good because they smell like watermelon. But, and you can just kind of take it and dab it on the part that you got mascara. Also baby wipes, because a friend of mine told me once to try that because apparently it doesn't take off all the makeup. It just takes off the part that you want. And that works really well also. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. So thank you so much for this craziness that we call Lunch and Learn. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I hope that my tips made sense. And if you have any questions, please comment below and I will try to answer them. And also if you are looking for brushes, Ulta is having a huge sale on makeup brushes right now. So now is a really good time to kind of think about what you might need. You can get them in sets. You can get them by themselves. So if you have any questions about that, please comment below also. And please stay healthy and safe during this time. And I can't wait to see you all in the world again. And I guess that's it. So thank you. Okay, I'm gonna
9 viewers. 9. 9. Lip. 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 9 viewers. 9. 3 of 3 Wi-Fi bars. 84. Notification. Day 1.
Oh, ignore me.
Now. It's day 1. Now. It's time to write
I'm
in your
just
journal.
gonna do this.
Melanie Concialca. I also like you. Cat M. E. Melanie Concialca. Cynthia.
Hi. Sorry, I'm just trying to.
Maritza Rojas. Maritza Rojas is watching.
Cool. So yeah. Well, I'm trying to end this thing. If anyone has any comments, because I can't figure out how to stop it.
Melanie Concialca.
This is. Oh, just leave it on for like ever. Ugh. This is lovely.
Jordan Moon is watching. Tarek
Hi,
Williams is
Jordan.
watching. City. Cat C. Tarek Williams. Jordan. Maritza. Melanie Concialca. Do you put the sunscreen on before? Melanie Concialca. Do. Scott Michael Tequila.
Okay.
Julio S. Monticello.
Well,
Scott. Ding. Scott Michael
yeah.
Tequila.
How's everyone doing
Scott
today?
Scott Michael. Mel. Dick. Chris Desborough. Scott Michael Tequila. 9 viewers.
This is lovely.
Lip.
Okay. Maybe here?
Lip.
No. Jessica doesn't know how to work the live. I know, I was going through all of them. Okay. Okay, let me see.
Comment section. Chris Des. Comment section. Cat M. Mike. Facebook. Close. Button.
Okay.
Close. But Cat C. Close. Button. Close. But close. Cat C. L. Lena. Close.
It says close. I don't know what that means.
Close. Close. Button. Your viewers. Your viewers. Cat Y. Your viewer. Close. Button. Close.
Okay.
Button. Close. Your viewers. Your viewers. Your viewers. Your viewers. Your viewers.
I don't know.
Close. Button. Close.
So guys,
Close. Button. Close.
great times.
Close. Button. Your viewers. Your viewers.
Can I just like exit out of it? I don't want to be here anymore. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust my camera so that I can figure this out. But y'all, I love you. Scott's telling me to sing right now, and I don't know if that's a good
Close.
idea.
Button. Close. Button. Your viewers. Close. Close. Button. Close. Your viewer. Your viewers. Your viewer. Your viewers. Your viewers. Close.
This is literally Jordan is a liar.
Close. Close. Button. Your viewers. Your viewers. Cat Y.
All right, well,
Oh. Your viewers.
I'm so glad y'all are here to witness my downfall.
Your viewers. Your viewers. Your viewers. Close. Button.
I just want y'all to know that Scott's in my ear right now and he's laughing at me maniacally.
9 viewers. Comment section. Chris Des. Melanie Con. No. Scott Michael.
I give up on life. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna, sorry y'all, we're about to do a tip top. Hello.
You can't turn your phone while 8 viewers.
Oh, are you kidding me? You piece of poop.